Hey everyone, this is Dean from Paranormal Pickers. Just getting ready for our next Paranormal Picker adventure. Come on, join me.
Well, hello everyone, and welcome to another edition of Paranormal Pickers. We're actually live. All right, Jeremy, I see you. We're live in Sycamore at our lab night. It's the last Tuesday of the month we meet. So we're going to do another live investigation, but welcome back. Again, check out our YouTube page, Ghost Head Soup on YouTube, and check out seasons 1 and 2 of Paranormal Pickers, and also the Midnight Screams. We have a new story up there called Heat that was spoken or recorded, audio recorded by Samantha Hockman. She is our guest for the past few weeks, and she's going to continue on with us for a little bit, and hopefully longer. But I have Amber in the back here. Say hello, Amber.
Hi.
And we were up north at Broadhead, Wisconsin for the 2023 Spirits in the Spring Paracon. That was Shadow Hunters events, paranormal events. Ran that show, and it was a great turnout. Had all these speakers and conga lines and Mardi Gras beads and all this other good stuff. So Nick Sarlo took care of all that stuff, and he's already starting to plan for next year. And I let him know I'd be interested in doing it again and being part of the committee. So I let him know that. So awesome. Bill Walter. Oh crap! There's my phone. Forgot to turn down my volume here. But Bill is the owner of Broadhead. Great dude. So if you get a chance, go up there, do some investigation work. It's really cool. And also, a lot of people were there, and I got to see some old faces, including Ursula Bielski. She actually spoke that evening, and it's good to see Ursula again. We did her Chicago show back in like 2009. It's been a while, but I was able to finally thank her personally because she added one of my research items for Herman Kopp's and Maud Sleep in her Ghosts of Joliet Prison, Statesville. Never been there. I've been around there, but I've never been ghost hunting there, and I've never been.
Well, to be fair, so like, I didn't exactly go there to like have an investigation. I went there for a haunted house kind of thing.
Okay.
Not the greatest. I'll say that. But the place itself definitely has a lot of history. I could see spirits here and there. Obviously, I was more interested in the, going through the haunted house that they had going on. Yeah, that was just a waste of money there. But if you it was. Like the setup wasn't great. No. But I do recommend going there for an investigation.
Sure.
So
awesome. Dana Stricker was there, and she's also going to be with the Kling brothers at the Veterans Memorial Hall and Tinker Swiss. So watch for that. We talked about that in the past. Dan and Larry, of course, from Expedition Entity was there. Good to see them, hang out with them. Bartel and Hansen Paranormal was there. They're from Conover Square. You got to get out there and check them out, of course. Great. All these people are just great individuals. Love to see them. And then lastly, but not least, the Greg team of Travis and Chad were there. So it was good to hang out with them. I love. I just love talking to those guys, man. They're just like these two down to earth dudes, you know. And they were across from us, so it was cool to see them. And they got up there and spoke as well. And I did a little presentation up in the music room, so that was cool. So walked around, networked, and got some cards, some ideas to do investigations this year. So looking forward to that. Amber, if you had walked around and experienced some things, what were some of the things that you felt that broadhead manner?
So I did see a man in this little, I guess, hallway. I guess it was towards a kitchen or something.
So when you said see them, are you talking about like in your mind, like you're a psychic?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes. Yep. I saw a man. He was just standing there basically observing. I did feel that he was definitely known for that place. Like he is definitely attached to that place. I also saw a woman. She's maybe 50s, 60s, kind of shorter hair. Not short, but like not long either. Kind of maybe medium length hair. I don't know if she was attached there or if someone brought her in, but I saw her a lot. So maybe one of you guys, if you were there, you could tell me. but yeah, it was interesting. I mean, I do wish that, could have gone on the investigation, but, things happen. So.
You had other prior engagements to attend to.
Yep. If I didn't attend those, my husband would be so upset.
Oh, we can't have that.
Of course not.
Can't have that. Well, and I do want to thank you myself for coming on up and helping me out with the vending. We had a great location. We were able to sell some T-shirts, or what would Dan Aykroyd do T-shirts?
Necklaces.
Orbs.
Yep, the orbs.
Orbs and ghost pins. So whatever I had laying around, I was able to sell some items, which was really nice to see people interested in that stuff. And again, got some leads, which is always good. And it's not too far. It's only about an hour from me, so it wasn't too bad.
It was about an hour and 30 for me. So, yeah, and all in all, it was definitely not a bad drive.
Mm-hmm.
Just, yeah.
So now you went into the back room where there was more vending.
Yep.
And tell the folks what you were experiencing back there with what were you using? The device, some sort of device back there?
Yeah, so there was this interesting device that was handmade. I forget what it's called. Definitely had an interesting name to it, that's for sure. But it's basically used as a voice box almost, but different. It's where you can actually touch it, and then things can either go through you to speak, or certain things that are attached to you, or even in the building itself, you can hear them speak, and it's really cool.
Does it have an echo sound to it?
A little bit, yeah, a little bit. But yeah, when I touched it, I actually touched it twice, to kind of really get a feel for it and whatnot. Got a couple of growls through it.
Okay.
But in all honesty, that was actually coming from me on what I brung there. Yeah, they were interested in that. The people who were, the ones who made it.
Who made the device?
Yeah.
Do you remember the team's name? Was it the Blue Moon people? Is that the one?
No, it was a graveyard something.
Graveyard something?
Graveyard something. I am so sorry. I don't remember the
There was a lot going on, so you're
really
excused.
But I do have their card, so at least I could say that.
There you go.
I think it was Graveyard Encounters, maybe.
Oh, there you go. Yeah,
Maybe.
that sounds right.
Yeah. Correct me if I'm wrong. If anyone was there.
I was there, and I.
Yeah, right.
But I had to man the booth while you were back there playing with these equipment.
I had to man the booth too when you were playing.
That's right. And also speaking, so I appreciate that again. So, but there was something there you told me about when you were walking away. Someone asked you if you were sensitive. What was that all about?
Yeah, it was interesting. Someone told me, hey, just flat out asked, and that was with the device that I was with. Flat out asked, are you sensitive? And I was like, isn't that noticeable? Obviously, people who are sensitive can sense other sensitives if there's a stronger connection. But I thought it was cool. I was like, do I really radiate that much? Like, but yeah, I mean, the people were awesome. The gadgets I saw were pretty cool. I think there was one booth where the gadgets, and like they were spirit boxes, EVPs and whatnot, but they were more shaped in like pumpkins and skulls, and it was pretty cool.
So they're getting creative with their device making. Yes. And I noticed that too, is a lot of teams have like an individual that actually build their own equipment, which is nice because one, you save money. Oh, yeah. I mean, some of these things are outrageously priced because of the fact that it's a ghost hunting tool.
Yeah.
I mean, you could actually research and find a tool it's used for other things and get it cheaper that way. Add ghost hunting to it, and they elevate it like $200-$300.
Yeah. Although I will admit, most of my equipment is from Amazon. So.
My equipment's from Goodwill.
Well, see, there we go.
You never know what you're going to find at the resale shops. Like what was those called? The Galileo thermometers?
Yes.
Could use that.
Yeah.
Tuning forks. I found a bunch of tuning forks at one of the resale shops. So there you go. So you don't pass up a resale shop, ghost hunters. So I wanted to say hi to Ron and Sean out there. Hey guys, how's it going?
Hi.
Sean and I met again at the historic. Actually did her event out there. So,
oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay, nice.
So both ghost hunters out there. So thanks for joining us today. And Sean actually says, "Be on the grave." Is that the?
No, I feel like it was definitely. Yeah, I think it was Graveyard Encounters.
Graveyard Encounters.
Maybe, yeah. It's in my purse. Like their card is in my purse, so I could just look it up later and then, message it down below.
There you go.
So, but I know it was Graveyard something.
All right. Well, Mark has ordered our Chinese food, so we got Chinese food coming tonight. Yes. But we also have a live investigation. So if you want to assume the position.
All right, I'll be back.
Thanks, Amber. So I don't trip over that. All right. So right now I'm going to get Jeremy online here.
How's it going?
It's going good. So I'm hearing my echo here.
Yeah.
Woo! Ricola! All right, I just got done watching 4 seasons of My Name is Earl, and Randy does that in a couple of the episodes. Hilarious show. If you haven't seen that one, like I did, I watched the first season one year, but then I stopped. But man, going back to it, and that's funny ass shit right there, man. That's classic comedy, man. So anyway, you had mentioned tonight should be interesting because the organization that we're at opened their cornerstone on April 1st.
That's correct.
So can you tell us a little bit about what happened on April 1st and show us some items maybe?
Sure. April 1st, we had a family gathering fun night at the organization. and they decided to open the Cornerstone, which has been in this building for a while since the original building had burned down. When we opened, with the night we opened the stuff, I could really feel the energy coming off of this stuff. I'm talking stuff from 1800s into 1960s. And I will show you some of the items right now. The white table is all 60s, and then there'll be a wood table I'll get to afterwards, which is from the 1800s.
All right, cool, man. That sounds interesting. So I haven't even had a chance to walk over to the other side of the room to see these things. So
They're really neat. Definitely should check them out if you can.
all right.
All right, here we go. This is the 1960s table. Got some old papers.
So what is the newspapers telling us? Is it just showing us the dates? Is there anything significant about the headlines or something?
I haven't actually read the papers themselves to know what they talk about, but they're just from that era. There's even a couple articles here that are from the actual organization. They're their own paper that they used to have.
Oh, no kidding. Okay.
Yep. Such as this one here. And then there's this one here.
All right.
Here we got some pennies and coins that are from the 60s. And some of them are from even the 40s. As you can see, they're all nickel.
Oh, wow.
And that's actually a penny. Got all these business cards from other members of the organization. Picture from one of the organization.
So the 1960s, that's when this new building was kind of built at the time. So, and they put the cornerstone in. What was it, the anniversary?
We just decided to open it because it hadn't seen the light of day since when they built this building. So the plan is we're going to put some of our own stuff of the current organization in here eventually and put this back in again.
Sounds good to me. How about a ghost head soup item?
I have to talk to the organization. Maybe they'll let us do it.
A lock of George's hair.
Right? All right, and now I'm going to move to the table that's got the 1800s. I apologize for the lighting. It's very weird lighting in here.
No, it's actually coming through pretty good.
Now, this table's got all stuff from the 1800s. This diagram right here, that is what the original building looked like before it burned down.
Now, where was that in? That was in town near the post office?
It was actually right across the street from the courthouse.
Oh, okay. So there's like a dental office there now.
Yeah, you can kind of see the old empty lot where the building stood before it burned down.
Interesting. And back in one of our shows, we talked about the earlier days when Lizzie was the one that donated this land here for the current organization. It's or the current building since now. So.
Yep.
Hi, Sam.
And,
all right. So, what other interesting things from the 1800s there?
As you can see, some old photos, old plaques, some more old photos. A lot of them are kind of curled up because they're so old. We got all these business cards from businesses that were around back in the 1800s.
Is that $1 million check that's endorsed and not cashed yet?
I don't think so.
Can it be?
Maybe.
That
This
would
is
help.
all the 1800 stuff we found in the cornerstone.
So, what was the one item that gave you the energy field, or any one of you guys?
Yeah, it was me. It was this one right here. Kind of had like the presence of like I already knew him. Kind of like I don't know. Like out of everything, he was the one that spoke out.
You can move the phone to should point her at the face there, and Amber. So the picture, is it the man in the picture or the picture itself? You
No,
think?
the man in the picture.
Okay, and you're saying again?
So again, after everything that I looked at, it was him that kept calling me. And Jeremy suggested that, maybe maybe he was already, communicating with us before, and, maybe now we have a picture of him. But,
Is there a name on the back, or is there a name association? Can we do a Facebook face identification thing for him?
it doesn't say a name.
I think that's his name, actually, that MF Carlson.
Oh, hey,
This was
MF.
this picture is from July 22nd, 1889.
Here, I'll give you a good shot across the room where they're at. So that's where they're at from where I'm at. I'm at the little corner desk here. So it's a one giant room, no windows, perfect spot for ghost hunting. So we'll do a little bit of that in a little bit. So what else you got on the table over there, Jeremy?
Basically, that's the gist of what's on here that's of interest. Me personally, I felt most of the energy came from the 60s table.
Oh, okay.
I think I got drawn by maybe some of these business cards or these coins even.
Okay.
Yeah, table. I didn't really feel too much energy from there. It was more like these tape for me.
Okay. No. Well, there you go. So are you going to be putting this stuff back into the cornerstone, or are you going to keep this? Because it looks like they took it out in 1860 and put the 1880 stuff back in.
Yeah, we're planning to put it back in eventually. We're under discussion if we're gonna display some of these things, but that's still down the line. But we're gonna put this stuff back eventually, plus stuff of our own for this current term.
Go said soup.
And hopefully it can be open in another 50 years when most of this organization's probably gone.
Should I leave a what would Dan Aykroyd do T-shirt here, and maybe you could throw that in there? How big is this cornerstone? Is it like just a small box?
Here's a picture. Here's what it looks like. That's the cornerstone. That's what everything was jammed inside of.
Really? I don't know if I could fit a T-shirt in there.
Unless you fold it up really, really tight.
Well, I do have a small. So you folks out there, if you're interested in the What Would Dan Aykroyd Do T-shirt from Coset Soup, I have 4X, 3X, a lot of 2Xs, some mediums, and a couple smalls. I'm out of the extra large and larges. So if you're looking for a nice hefty tee, what would Dan Aykroyd do? Then you're good to go. So we got a new visitor in here. We got Matt. Hello. Coming back from beyond the grave. I don't know where he was. He was out shopping for silver. He's going to shoot a werewolf tonight. So we lost. Yeah. So it's 8:24. So did Mark leave to get the Chinese food?
Yep.
All right. So we got dinner coming. So if you want to hit those other two lights maybe and just leave the middle one on.
I've already got activity, so.
Now this corner, I do get a lot of hits off of the ghost box, so I'm going to leave it here and see what we can come up with. So we'll do a live investigation here. Jeremy and Matt, you can join us over here, and maybe something will happen. Yeah, I don't know if you want to be on your phone still.
Okay.
You don't need to.
Yeah, I just was trying to stay back.
Because I can move the camera this way.
Okay.
Hey, Tony, what's up, man? Tony joined in. He was he showed up at the Paracon up in Wisconsin, and we had a great time. It was a presentation about his house that I did, and according to the audience, it went pretty good. So, hey, Tony, we're going to start a live investigation at our lab. Hey, we got to get you down here, brother. Let's see. So right now I'm using the S3E11. I got the temperature gauge off, but I'll use both sides and see what happens. Huh? Oh yeah, already? If you guys want to go eat, I'll just play around with this. Yeah, where'd my blue glow stick go? Well, Matt, you can stay up here and eat. So I use a blue. Oops, I don't want my face in the picture. I use the blue glow stick because I believe it attracts spirits. You never know. So hello, spirits. My name is Dean, as you probably know, since I've been here a billion times. I'm hoping that you're still here with us tonight. As always, I would like to reach out to Lizzie and see if she's here. Lizzie, would you like to say hello to us? Can you say hello? Lizzie, if you're near me, can you move the closet door over here? Hey, Matt, grab this blue stick and step over by that closet. Please. All right, so that's Matt over by the closet. And as you know, he's not afraid to go in, but Mark is. How you feeling in there, Matt? Fine. All right, so we still got this going. Can you make a noise by Matt? Or use this device by my left hand to speak to me? Paul Beneke, are you here? What happened? The light's flashing. Oh, yeah. Oh, he didn't turn it off all the way. I think it's on the dimmer switch. All right, so we got light. flickering. Can you go and hit all those light switches over on the wall, just to, except the one that's fully up? Because then that way you get the middle. See what happens here. They're all down? Oh, did you? Yeah, okay. Okay, gotcha. Hey, Paul. So something comes through right now. You can't hear no radio or nothing on this thing. Is there an odd? Is there one of the members here today? Is there someone that don't belong here today? Last voices from down below. Jeremy. They're talking downstairs, enjoying their Chinese food. Busy if you're here. Well, please identify yourself if you're here for me. Again, my name is Dean. Just say hi or something so I know there's something here. There's somebody. Yeah, we're not getting anything. Let me slow down the sweep rate here. Just to see if anything comes through, you know. Michael? Paul? I'm going to run the Obelisk 3 at the same time here. That thing's flashing like crazy. Or it was. Just that highway. Trying to figure out how to get the word illuminated there. Oop. All right, someone's coming through. I heard something like a hay. All right. Are you talking about highways? North, deplete, deplete. Oh, there's no real good way to see this. Talk to me through the radio. It said sent. Diablo said sent. So highway, complete, and sent. Oh, something's talking now. Hello? Can you say hello? Hi, Lizzie. How are you? Oh, it just said female. Diablos. It just said metal. But female had a pretty good bar there. So, Lizzie, is that you? Hello? You like the coffin that's back here? Back here's a coffin with a skeleton in it. Just said Mercury. And I'm just going to do one side of the spirit box for an SB7. The obelisk just said bike. Hi, Lizzie. If there's anyone here with me right now, can you come towards me and speak to me, please? Wayne or Tommy? Oh, it just said program. With this little energy bar on the bottom here. That's what I look for. So any change in there, I kind of noticed. Female and program seem to be interesting words. You want to ask a couple questions, Matt? Oh, it just said electric. You want to turn the electric off? Is that where you feed on program, electric? Maybe you need more electric. You need to draw some power. You want to come over here? Kind of like right here. There's Matt. I just said mommy. Right. Well, it doesn't seem like the spirit box wants to do. Why don't you come on over, Matt? Meet the folks here. So you can see, there's Matt. Oh, just said entire. Okay. So just kind of some random hits. Nothing really on the spirit box tonight, but for the folks that don't know Matt, Matt has been ghost hunting since he was born. Birth out the door, out mama's door. So introduce yourself and tell the folks how you kind of got into the biz.
Well, my name's Matthew Robertson. Kind of got into it when Illinois Ghost Hunters had a little convention thing here in Sycamore.
And what year was that?
Oh, geez, 2005 or 6, something like that.
Okay.
It was early to late 2000s. One thing that got me into it mostly is I had a best friend that passed.
Oh, wow.
And the hour that she passed, I heard her call my name while I was in my room watching TV. And I'll never forget that day. It was
the same night that she passed?
Yeah, the same. An hour later, I got a phone call that she passed.
Oh, and you heard her voice an hour before? I heard
her voice call my name.
Is that? Oh, wow.
Yeah, because there was no one at the house.
And she apparently a close friend.
Yeah, I had known her since first grade.
So yeah, so you were spiritually connected to this spirit. That's pretty.
Yeah, it was pretty wild when I found out she passed and I heard someone call my name. And, yeah.
And I know you just lost your father, so I'm sorry for your loss.
April 1st of all the days.
Yeah, and I just lost my sister-in-law on the 13th, man. It's just like, the world doesn't stop for nobody, man. It doesn't wait. So yeah, so it's been a crazy last couple weeks for us.
Yeah, definitely.
So so 2005, you're at a conference and you said this is what you want to do, or?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
So were you seeking it because of this experience that you had?
No, I've been having things happen to me since I was probably 4 or 5 years old.
So from birth.
I mean, I had a relative's girlfriend peek her head into the door to say goodnight to us, and all I saw was a skull.
Ooh.
That was fun.
I bet.
And then I was at the old house I used to live in, Cortland. Before my parents built a new house, there was orbs I would see, actually lights jumping up my stairs at times. And this house was built pre-1900s.
Wow.
It used to be.
So when you say orbs, we're talking illumination.
Yeah.
Like actual
lights. There's no cameras involved. It was little lights just crawling up the stairs. And this was an old house, plastered house, old chimney that went straight through the middle of the house.
And of course, you've been here experiencing stuff, and we've done one or two investigations out of here, which has been cool. Matt's just a cool dude, and one of the things. Do you remember when we were doing the looking in the candlelight? Were you here for that?
I believe so.
Were you using the Ouija board or doing the candlelight? I mean, were you able to see the red lights?
Well, I think we were doing the Ouija board at that time.
Yeah, and that is at the time where we got the Chad FQ or the four. So the Ouija board was picking up the number 4 and then the letter Q, saying 4Q, 4Q.
Yeah.
And we're like, well, who's saying that word? And it spells out Chad. And that's because I did the Paranormal Streakers video.
Okay.
And I was Chad, and I was the one using the F word. And it's funny how the spirits were picking up on the fact
that's funny.
Chad had to say it. So what are some of your experiences here at the lab?
Here, I've had recordings where something sounds like it's running around, and this weird voice come around saying, "I'm going to kill you."
So you've been threatened.
Yeah. This was one of the first times I was here when that happened.
Wow. So does that bother you?
No, don't bother me one bit. I know they can't hurt me.
Good.
But I've had sensations here, especially in this room. No real images, really. The only place I've ever had real images is from Kane County Jail when we did that there. And then an old house in Pawpaw where a farmer mowed down a cemetery because he was possessed or some sort. You never heard about that one?
No, but I'm gonna let's get that closer to the mic here. So what happened?
Well, we were part of Illinois Ghost Hunters. We got an investigation to go to, and there's a story about an old man that had mowed down a cemetery and mowed down all the tombstones.
No way.
Headstones. And we went there, did the investigation, and was it Jason? Yeah, Jason and myself were in the bathroom. I was sitting on a stool.
A bathroom in a farmhouse?
Yeah.
So what happened to the guy? Was he still alive?
Yeah, he was fine.
Okay.
After that, he didn't remember doing it or anything. And come to find out, it's an actual old Indian burial ground.
What?
So
I'm just hearing this for the first time.
Me and him were in the bathroom doing EVPs and recorders and just listening around. I'm facing a mirror, looking in the mirror, seeing if anything pops up. He gets a premonition of something crawling on the walls. So we're
Jason?
we're kind of wondering what's going on. Then all of a sudden I see a head pop up over my head.
Wow.
In the mirror. And kind of creepy, but nothing out of the normal.
Nothing expected.
No.
You kind of, do you think you willed it onto yourself to see it, or?
I think they're attracted to me, honest.
Yeah.
I get a lot of things happen.
So if aliens came down there, you're the first one going because they need to tap into your brain for some reason.
I actually have a request when I pass, and that's to be shot out into outer space.
You know, I mentioned on a previous Picker show that you can buy moon graves.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's pretty sweet.
I'll send you the link. And there's actually, they send up these ashes, and you can have your ashes.
Well, actually, when my whole body was just shot out into space.
Oh, you want your
not the ashes. I want to be whole. That way you can take.
Well, that's a different story. I'm thinking.
That way you can take my DNA and remake me again. There's a possibility of that.
You know, there's a Matt sighting going over at midnight tonight in the air. If you watch by Mars, you might catch Matt floating in the air. That's hilarious. So, over the course of the years, were you at Bell Witch at all? Did you go down there?
I've never been to Bell Witch. I've never been to
Waverly.
I've never been really to anywhere outside of Illinois.
So for your pay-to-play stuff, you're more a home investigator. Yeah. And you've had teams, you've had other people on your team as well. Yeah. I know that we did the one house down in Genoa.
Yeah.
And and there was some interesting guy, I forget his name, but he actually was a janitor at the Channing School in Elgin.
Okay.
And I was talking to him like, we need to get in there. Well, it's an actual school. I mean, it still exists. But speaking of putting a school on top of a burial mound, that whole area is where the original cemetery was for Elgin.
Okay.
And they moved it to Bluff City.
Oh, jeez.
And when they were going to extend the school, of course, they have to excavate,
Yep.
And they exhumed and they found, well, they didn't know what they were going to find.
Oh, no.
They did find bodies.
Yeah.
So they have to take these bodies out to make the addition. And there's a lot of claims about the school being haunted.
No doubt.
So I would love to, that's one of my bucket list ones, to get in there and just spend about 6 months. 6 months living there.
Anytime you disturb any burial ground, it's not a very good experience for them.
Right. So how active are you in the field now, other than coming here at the last Tuesday?
Not too active, just when you guys do things.
Yeah.
Come out and hang out. And,
do you still see things when you're out and about in the world?
I have some things happen. Yeah. Actually, where I work, a few guys have died in the factory, and every once in a while I'll see a dark shadow move around inside the factory.
Okay.
Right out of the corner of my eye, I'll see something just dart away from me.
And did people die just like health reasons, or
no,
like?
One actually was killed going down inside of one of the machines.
Oh my God!
He didn't have enough oxygen and he suffocated it. He was working on one of the machines. Another one
That's heartbreaking.
Had a heart attack.
Okay, so that's but man, going into the machine and suffocating, that would be like, that's like a nightmare.
Yeah, well, one of the guys tried to go down there and get him, and he almost died too.
Oh my gosh!
They had to bring him back.
Isn't that crazy? Because it's like when someone's drowning and someone jumps in to save them, and that person ends up drowning
themselves. Yeah,
it's kind of the same thing. But you got to think of the human spirit in that aspect.
Definitely,
because you're not even thinking.
Nope.
Man, that takes guts, and he's got lucky.
Yeah.
So.
Well, I've had an experience where I do that. I had to pull a guy off of railroad tracks. The train was within 50 feet, going probably 50, 60 miles per hour, and I had to grab him and rip him off. So
was he stuck? I mean,
no, he was trying to kill himself.
Oh my God!
Yeah, if I hadn't grabbed him when I did, we both would have been hit. If I would have hesitated for one more second, we both would have been hit.
Wow.
Yeah. And I've seen a couple of deaths happen there in the last 5 years, I think, 5 or 6 years.
On this part of the tracks?
In DeKalb over there on 2nd Street. Yeah, right by
downtown?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen a couple car and train crashes. Yeah, no. Not at all. Well, appreciate you hanging out. We're going to spend out some more time. So thanks for joining me on Paranormal Pickers.
Thanks for having me.
All right, no problem, man. So we're almost down. We got about 7 more minutes here, guys. And I want to talk to you about some creepy nature. I found something of interest online. Let me see if I can't bring it up here. I don't know if you ever seen one of these before, Matt, but it's kind of interesting little character here.
Oh, nice.
Look at this guy. Creepy nature. Well, maybe not so creepy. I mean, it is a little, it's called a pink fairy armadillo. And it's only found in Argentina. Central Argentina. Now, this thing is so rare that the scientists have not even been able to classify their conservation status of this. I believe it's data unknown or something like that. Yeah, and this thing is small enough to fit into your hand. I believe it's like 3.5 to 5.5 inches at best. Yeah, this little tiny thing, but you can see the armadillo type of backing, or shell, so to speak. but it's actually membranes. And the reason why it's pink is because it's the blood.
Mm-hmm.
So depending on how close it is to the membrane where the blood is, would determine how pink the shell, how pink the thing is. So it is nocturnal. The pink fairy is nocturnal. It burrows in the ground. And one of the interesting things, the blood vessels, not membrane, but yeah, pink color due to blood vessels in the armor. Don't you want an armor? Wouldn't that be cool? You're a human. You grow your own armor.
Bounce bullets off.
Yeah. So this is crazy because if it rains, they burrow. So if it floods and they get wet, what happens is that if their fur gets wet, they cannot thermoregulate. So they end up pretty much dying. Their biggest threats right now are domestic dogs and farmlands, like farming. Yeah. And those are their two biggest threats right now. And they're so stress induced. In other words, if you remove them or transport them, like if you wanted to cage them and have them as a pet, it's pretty much impossible.
Yeah, cause them to have a heart attack or something.
Yeah, they die within hours, if not 8 days. I believe there was 3 over the course of decades that maybe lived to be 8 months outside of their natural habitat. But you can see they're just highly subject to stress. But have you heard of the pink fairy armadillos before?
It's the first time learning about them.
Yeah. So something interesting out there. You always got to wonder what's out there in the world. And here we are searching for the unknown. We have so much on this earth that's unknown to us. But actually, if you Google pink fairy armadillos, they got stuffed animals made out of these guys already. So, but they are, of course, they're burrowers. Look at the size of their freaking claws, man.
That's wild.
Yeah, look at that.
Looks like a mole type.
Yeah, is it kind of like a weasel type of? I mean, yeah, that's cool as hell. It's not that creepy. It's creepy. Yeah, look at it standing up proud. So that's the pink fairy armadillo. So again, thank you. We got a few minutes here. My Chinese food is getting cold. I got the pink fairy chop suey. Yeah, Tony says, are they? Yeah, see, Tony knows. Are they good deep fried?
Like chicken.
Yeah, right. There you go. Hey, Mike, thanks for joining tonight, man. Haven't heard from you in a while. Good to see. And Chuck Williams is out there. Hey, buddy. So I'd like to thank everyone joining tonight for tonight's episode, Paranormal Pickers. We got another show lined up next week. And I think, we got 2 more for season 3 to go through. And then we'll take a couple weeks off and then return, I promise, with Paranormal Pickers season 4. So 2 more. Stay tuned. Look for the invite or look for the, what do you call it? Event thing. I don't know what it's called. Oh, hey. Wow. Oh, hey everyone, it's Dean from Paranormal Pickers. Oh, I got the preview for the next episode. Oh, yeah. Here, take a peek. Oh.
this place is haunted.